Hi there, sorry everybody it's taken so long. I meant to get this done, as I said, in 2 parts, and I meant the second part to be up a week ago. That obviously wasn't going to happen, and it's ended up being 3. But I said previously I'll give you a roundup of the others so you don't have to watch all the videos again. A few honourable mentions I would have added in this Scream, but I did that last year, so maybe next year. I heard there's a Scream 4 on the way. Underworld, an excellent film. I like those kind of dark, gothic thrillers. Jeepers Creepers was just one of those entertaining ones. Now, on to the top 10 roundup. Well then, number 10. Wrong turn. As I said before, it's entertaining. Well then, in at number 9, and it's House on Haunted Hill. It's a remake of an old classic film, but I think they really did it well. Right, here at number 8, we have another remake. George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, and this is a great remake of a great film. Right, down to number 7, and it's Outpost. I didn't see this film coming, but I was pleasantly surprised. It is great. Right, down to number 6, and it's The Strangers. One of the more psychological horror films, but that doesn't detract. It's very, very well done. Right, down to number 5, and it's Ghost Ship. What can I say that I haven't already said? Go see it. Alright, we're down to number 4 now, and it's Doomsday. A disjointed mess of a film, but highly, highly entertaining and well recommended. Well then, number 3. It's a Japanese horror film remade by the Americans. Yes, it's The Grudge 2, and if you like your Japanese horror films, i.e. redone into American, this is probably one of the better ones. Down to number 2, and it's the classic original Halloween. A masterpiece of independent filmmaking in my opinion, and I don't think there's anybody out there who hasn't seen it. Well, here we are at last, number 1, and it's The Descent. It starts off with a really cheery start off. Yep, so that is literally the death of her husband and her daughter within the first few minutes of the film starting. Yeah, so she wakes up in hospital to find this horrible, disturbing information out. So this is the start off for the film. Isn't it nice? You can tell this is going to be an upbeat, uplifting family film. I'm trying to think of something that could have made that scene worse. I know, they killed a kangaroo by accident in the process. Good grief! Okay, fast forward 1 year now. Damn, that was a quick year, wasn't it? Bloody hell. She's going to meet up with her old friends that she used to go water rafting with. Now they want to go down descending through caves in Scotland. So she meets sort of all her old pals who were really there for her when her husband and daughter died. Not. And they have a bit of a girls' evening in before the next day. This is quite boring actually because they don't do a great deal other than prattle on. So we'll just skip right forward to the next day. Damn, a hangover! Well, with them all together now, they all start to descend to go caving. Not something that I would possibly want to do, but hey ho, takes all sorts, doesn't it? Well, as they're all having fun caving, one of their members decides to lead them off the actual map course. So not only do they get themselves lost now, nobody will know where they are, then one of their members has an accident and shatters one of her legs so much so that the bone comes out and they have to set it back, and this bit's really nasty actually, so we'll skip over that. Now they're completely and utterly lost and they start hearing horrible alien-like noises. Or could be a monkey. Now they panic. Well, they all scatter all over the place and the cave dwellers start attacking them all. So they split up, they all ran randomly in a panic. Can't say as I blame them, I'd be flipping panic. Juno here is apparently brilliant at dispatching them with a pickaxe, but unfortunately Beth walks up behind her, she thinks it's one of them, and gets her right through the necks with her pickaxe. Get a sore throat just looking at that. Well, and seeing what she's done, she panics and legs it. While this is going on, a couple of the others who ran off, because I said they all scattered in different directions, start finding these old bones. No, not that bones. Good grief. So they suddenly realise that these cave dwellers have been down here for absolute centuries. Ugh. But these cave dwellers are everywhere and they start picking off a couple more of them. Damn, their numbers dwindling quite quickly. Well, eventually they all meet up again together and say, well, Is this all there is left of us? Where are the others? But they're really pleased to see her anyway, so they all carry on trying to find their way out. What's left of them, that is. But Sarah doesn't believe it and goes back and finds Beth bleeding to death through the neck. And here's where we find out why her husband was distracted that day. It appears that her husband and Juno, that Asian woman, were having an affair. Isn't that something nice to discover? Anyway, Beth at this point begs her to please don't leave me here, do kill me, don't let me be attacked by these and pulled to pieces, please dispatch me. And she does. Well, she goes back to the others and another one of them's dead. Now all that's left is Sarah and Juno, and she looks at her with such a look that she knows that her husband and her were having an affair. You know, she reminds me of Uma Thurman out of Kill Bill at this point. You can see the similarity. Anyway, let's carry on. Damn, I would not want to be standing in front of her. She looks pissed. Well, the two of them together make a last-ditch effort to get out of there. They know they're outnumbered, outclassed and outmatched, but they ain't going to stop them. So they battle their way through these cave dwellers, and after the ones that are after them are dispatched, Sarah goes to Juno and stabs her right through the leg with her pickaxe. And she doesn't try and avoid it. I think she knows she's going to do it, and she feels so guilty for her having an affair with her husband, and the fact is she left Beth to die, that she just takes it in the leg. Sarah gives her one last look and just leaves her. Juno's torn to pieces by the cave dwellers, and now we come to the climax of this film. Alright guys, here's the thing. There's two different endings to this film. One for the UK audience and one for the US audience. Apparently, the US audience like a happy ending and us UK residents don't really care. So, I'll give you the American ending first, as it was shown in the States, and then I'll give you the British screening. And you see which one you like the best. Well, here we go. This is the US release of the ending to The Descent. Sarah manages to make it out of the cave. She struggles on, pulls herself out, gets to the vehicle, drives it away, pulls up on the hard shoulder, and basically breaks down. May I just say I prefer the US ending. I like it, the fact that somebody managed to get out. Alright, I like horror films, but please, I do like a happy ending, if possible. At least one of them got out. So let's get to the British ending, shall we? She imagined it all. She's still stuck there, imagining her child staring at a flame, completely oblivious to all the cave dwellers. And the film pans out, and that's the end. You can understand why this made it to #1 in my top 10 Halloween horror films. I probably ruined the ending, but I'll give you fair warning that I'm going to. But to be honest with you, it's worth checking out still. Also, an interesting thing of note is there is apparently going to be a sequel to this film this year. I hope so. Well, that's it. That's this year over and done with for horror films we're looking at. I won't do this for another year. I may do some classic films to look back on, but there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody, and look out for yourselves. See ya.